Erika Jayne's husband, Thomas Girardi, is facing embezzlement charges. The time has come that we have all been waiting for. After years of scandal, legal battles, and shocking revelations, disgraced ex-lawyer Tom Girardi is now speaking out about his split with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne. Although he has been relatively silent during the upheaval, the 85-year-old legal tycoon, who was previously powerful, is now ready to speak. Rest certain, it will be absolutely detonating. To what extent does Tom believe Erika when she says she had no idea about his alleged fraud? "Why am I involved in this lawsuit?" I asked, and the three replies I kept getting were, is he fighting for her, or is he insulting her? Is there anything he wishes he hadn't done? This may be the most major twist in the Gerardi-Jane saga thus yet, though there have been many. No matter how you feel about them, you should listen to what Tom has to say. You won't want to miss this reveal a marriage that isn't as perfect as it seems, so hold on to your popcorn and tune in until the very end. Years of legal trouble, fraud accusations, and terrible betrayals have now allowed disgraced lawyer Tom Girardi to speak up regarding his divorced wife, Erika Jayne. He was once a paragon of legal success and opulent living, but now he's at the center of a notorious financial fraud case in Hollywood. However, the most important thing to know is his thoughts on Erika. For a long time, Tom and Erika Girardi exemplified the perfect power couple. He was a rich, famous lawyer, and she was a beautiful reality TV star who adored opulence. Despite this, they had a far from perfect relationship behind the scenes. As early as November 2020, fissures started to show upon hearing the news of their breakup from Erika. While Tom was busy with his law practice, Erika was busy building her own brand, and the two rarely saw each other. In hindsight, Erika claimed that she had deliberated over her decision to depart. Among the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBHA, cast members, Erika was known for her outlandish behavior and fiery personality. Therefore, she was more than a typical Beverly Hills housewife. She had a lavish singing career, private jet trips, and expensive clothing, all paid for by Tom's enormous riches. Despite the ostentation, Erika was really working on a personal project. During her time at RHOBH, she learned independence, fame, and to develop her own personality from Tom. With her growing fan base and successful entertainment career, she became more than just Tom Girardi's wife. When Erika Jayne filed for a divorce in November of 2020, she had high standards. She wasn't just going somewhere. She initially asked for spousal support, arguing that Tom should continue footing the bill for her lavish lifestyle, since he had done so during their marriage. Being famous in Hollywood, spending lavishly on holidays, and wearing designer brands were all parts of her life for more than 20 years. Plus, she was determined to hold on to whatever she had. It wasn't like Erika was pleading for money, though. She was trying to protect herself as well. She sought a court order barring Tom from seeking any form of financial aid from her in order to shield herself from responsibility for his expenses. Also, she boldly demanded that Tom pay her legal fees, which, given his fame as a lawyer, seemed reasonable at the time. The key turn, though, was that Tom flat out refused to give her any money. Tom got back at Erika with a bang, instead of caving in to her demands for payment. After initially asking the court to deny her spousal support request, he changed his mind and now wants Erika to pay for his legal fees. At the time, it seemed like this was just a little and unexpected display of authority. Indeed, it was widely assumed that Tom was the lucky one. Tom didn't only want retribution when he refused to pay for Erika's post-divorce lifestyle. It foreshadowed the monumental case that changed the game entirely. Unexpectedly, a month after Erika's divorce petition was filed, Tom and Erika found themselves entangled in a massive court battle. They were sued in December 2020 for allegedly stealing settlement funds meant for the families of the victims of Lion Air Flight 610. a Real Housewives star, and her husband were accused of using a staged divorce to conceal funds from the families of those killed in an airplane tragedy. Suddenly, Erika had more going for her than being a glamorous reality star. She was facing serious accusations that may derail her reputation and professional standing. It appeared for a while that Tom and Erika Girardi were living the high life. Unlimited access to private jets, designer apparel, mansions, and other forms of opulence. But behind the scenes, their business was on the verge of collapse. They were in over their heads in debt and struggling to make ends meet. According to court documents, Tom and Erika were spending more money than they were making and were in a cycle of borrowing and spending to maintain their extravagant lifestyle. Despite the weight of their legal and financial obligations, they chose to remain silent in the face of the reports that were circulating about their downfall. The fact that they remained silent instead baffled both their detractors and their supporters. The shocking financial confession of Tom Girardi came in September, when the already existing fissures in his financial empire had fully collapsed. Amazingly, the once mighty attorney admitted in court that he had only a few $1,000s in his personal bank account. It is true what you say. He supposedly went bankrupt after living in a multi-million-dollar Pasadena mansion and jet-setting throughout the world. His once valuable stock portfolio was now worthless. And to further salt in the wound, his own legal practice hadn't paid him in almost 2 years. How he had lost so much was no longer the only question. There was a complete disappearance of funds. His former Gerardi-Jane business associates were quick to respond as news of Tom's financial downfall surfaced. Former business associates Jill O'Callaghan, Robert Finnerty, and Robert Keyes sued Tom for financial mismanagement. Tom allegedly took out huge business loans without their knowledge or agreement and was secretly moving money out of the company for his own expenditures. They felt misled and made a radical move after learning in the lawsuit that Tom owed them $315,000 in unpaid partnership income. They severed all links with Tom Girardi, dissolved the partnership, and sold off its assets. However, Tom's legal woes were far from over. Tom Girardi faced not just the formidable Wells Fargo, but also the devastating loss of his wealth from his legal profession. The banks sued Tom and Girardi-Jane, claiming that he was in default on payments for rent, taxes, fees, and other company expenses. Tom was essentially owed their wealth, and they wanted it returned. After this lawsuit and his unsuccessful legal career, Tom was officially known as one of the most scandal-ridden attorneys in American history. When Tom's legal and financial problems got out of hand, Erika Jayne had to fight for her own survival. A stunning reality star was no longer the only thing Erika was. With lawsuits piling up and accusations that she had benefited from stolen monies, she found herself at the center of one of Hollywood's worst financial scandals. If Tom Girardi thought he could conceal his financial troubles, Wells Fargo had other plans. For unpaid obligations related to his legal firm, the powerful financial institution insisted on an outrageous $880,000 plus 10% interest, refusing to be satisfied with minor change. Rather than being just a rumor, the lawsuit made it clear that Tom's financial problems were a major disaster. After the devastating claim that Tom and Erika stole $2 million meant for the Lion Air flight, 610 victims surfaced. The bank has taken legal action. Instead of ensuring that grieving family received the much-needed compensation, Tom allegedly used the money to sustain his own lifestyle, which included paying off debts, creating the illusion of wealth, and keeping appearances. Tom, though, was planning something else to avoid the courtroom altogether as the lawsuits piled up. The contempt hearing for Tom Girardi had taken place, but he was conspicuously absent. He took part virtually instead of physically, since he said he had a major health problem. The timing was off. Could Tom be utilizing his illness as an excuse to dodge responsibility for his actions, or was this a genuine medical emergency? There were rumblings that he was at a private facility for treatment, but the growing discontent among those involved in the case really stood out. Even Tom's own legal team had trouble reaching him for weeks, citing his hospitalization as the reason. Tom assured the courts time and time again that the funds would be distributed. However, court records showed that he was attempting to avoid paying victims by claiming a health condition. When the judge finally said enough is enough, things started to change. After losing trust in Tom's word and seizing his assets, the court took significant action. You already know about your accomplishments, tours, and all that jazz. The scandal underwent a dramatic shift with this move. In contrast to his reputation as a once respected legal giant who had fallen on hard times, Tom was perceived as an exposed fraudster, unable to influence the system. The seizure of Tom's assets not only cut off his financial support, but it also increased the pressure on Erika Jayne. Where did all the money disappear to? The criticism directed on Erika intensified as the public and legal experts continued to debate her role, arguing whether she was an active participant or a stupid spouse. When rumors about Tom Girardi's mental state began circulating in early 2021, his defense took a surprising turn. Concerned that his judgment might be impacted by cognitive